AutoForge is a 2D automation sandbox game starting its journey over on Kickstarter the 15th of August 2023 with a goal of $5,000. One day later, they surpassed that goal, and 1 month later, when the campaign ended, they were able to double their funding. The Kickstarter paints a picture of a beautifully crafted 2D automation game that has exploration, automation, unlocks, and a tower defense element. Sounds pretty ambitious. AutoForge then opened their doors on Steam in March 2024, which is where the story begins. I didn't hear about this game until someone in my stream had redeemed some points for me to play a game on stream for one day. AutoForge, let's go look at that real quick. Oh, it kind of looks like Terraria. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Oh, it just came out too. Oh, shit. Alright, I gotta pencil that in. I might do that this weekend, so I'll try it on Saturday. And while I had a lot of fun on stream, I decided to take my play offline and document it to create a video of my experience. So, without further ado, let's try AutoForge. Oh wait, first let me state that I played this game when early access started on Steam, so that's kind of the state of what my playthrough is going to be. At this point, there hasn't been any updates or any major updates, but they have posted about them. Jumping right into it, it's time to wake up this robot, shake off that rust, and learn how to move, gather, and craft. This is all indicated by the goals in the upper left corner, or would be if my face weren't in front of it. The crafting menu is separated into two categories, materials and structures, and every item that you make has a timer. But it auto-crafts for you, so you're not stuck in place just crafting. The tutorial tells us to make and place a forge, then to make some iron. With a little bit of ore, wood, and patience, we now have iron ingots. There is a research tree, and good lord is it huge. Whoa. This is the most important thing to progress the game. The first thing on the list is basic extraction. This will unlock a miner forest that we can place on nodes so we can start the automation process. Clicking on the unlocks adds them to the queue, and the items will automatically be added from your inventory into the tree, meaning that once we grab our iron, the research starts working right away. And in no time, we got our first drill. Time to automate our first node. Okay, this still takes a little bit of work because you still have to manually crank this bad boy up. I tried cranking at full speed, but you need a steady and consistent arm to get this guy going. Now that the forge and the chest are properly placed, it's time for baby's first automation. I guess I should explore this new little world we have here while this iron is cooking. Maybe I should check these computer things we woke up in front of. The mainframe upgrades your character, so attack, damage, space, so on. The emitter unlocks more regions in the world, and wow, is there a world. To continue to unlock more locations, you'll need a combo of some void matters, which are dropped by bad guy spawners, or a lot of basic materials, and some items from the current tier that you're working on. I don't know where to go, and I can't see a thing. I might have thought this big rock was an enemy, and after defeating scary enemy rock, I found an ancient tech piece. You need these to upgrade your character in the mainframe. You're forced to pick the middle option first, which gives you more health, power, and crafting speed. I'll take it, mostly because I don't have an option. My next goals are: navigate up and reach the surface of the world, kill an oil slime, destroy an oil slime spawner. After struggling in the dark for a bit, I finally figure out that yes, you can in fact make torches. It's now time to hop up to the surface and fuck up these slugs. From my little hidey hole. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's go fuck them up. Oh, we get a second ancient tech piece as a reward for our braveness. Once we kill the rest of the sluggos and skull kids? Blobs? Sklobs? We retreat back into my hole. The next upgrade that I went with was the excavate buff, which allows you to harvest in a larger area by pressing B. This works great when I remember to use it. At this point, I'm doing a lot of cranking, menuing, cranking, automating, cranking, to get to the next steps. Oh hey, there's another little robo dude. With a little bit more cranking, he wakes up, thanks you, and gives you a hint about comms in a neighboring region. Like regions I unlock, I guess? Oh, mana! Perfect, because I need it for the next research tree. There's also an even bigger iron resource right near the mana, so of course we gotta suck it dry. Man, at this point you can call this game Cranking Simulator, because that's 99% of what I'm doing. The next mission is all about transfer tubes, and boy was I confused. I ended up getting it to work, but for some reason, one of the missions were just not clearing. I'm wondering if tubes got backed up, but I also saw people having issues that if you didn't place the items in the order that the task was telling you to, it just would not clear. Next up is to make and place scaffolding, which is honestly one of the best tools in the game because you can place it above, under, on top of so many different items, and you can also have tubes running under it. I've been slowly but surely upgrading my iron operation so I can get to the next step of automation: assemblers. Assemblers need another form of power, meaning the next thing that needs to be built is a crank generator. More cranking! They also need power relays to output and travel across larger distances. And now things are running! My layout takes a few revamps. That's gonna be the theme for a while. I did finally realize that my camera was in the way of the missions. And now you can see what I'm working on. I'm working on making mechanical essence in the distiller, and then those go into the foldery to research even more technologies. After a certain point on the tree, it no longer asks for crafted items and starts asking for offerings via the foldery. I'm tired of cranking my days away, and so is my arm. I finally put down the next tier of miners so they can be fully automated. They just need some fuel, so this wood works perfectly. Now it's a bit of a waiting game, so I'll clear the area out and expand my operation. The next goals that pop up are to find a mana conduit on the surface. Once we do that, we have to connect it to our factory, then research conduit tapping and feed it mana. Okay, I guess. Thankfully, the surface doesn't have a lot of space yet, so it wasn't too hard to find. However, it was blocked behind some of the ouchy black pixels, which I obviously didn't realize because I had no idea what I was looking for. After some critical thinking and help from my chat, I finally figured it out, and it's time to do our first emitter upgrade, which needs 160 iron ingot. Hey, I have that. Time to get that mana conduit. Upon further investigation, it seems like this is free powers. Sign me up. Now I had to figure out how to connect this guy to the rest of the factory. Back at base, I did another tech piece upgrade. I went with inventory space because oh my god, does this game have so many items to maintain. Now that the conduit is connected, I don't need to crank this generator anymore. We're almost out of the crank chapter. Once conduit tapping is researched, it's time to feed mana into the conduit, which means more pipes. Woo! Mana has to be infused every 25%, then it triggers a monster invasion. It's kind of rude. These invasions always consist of these little alien guys that can hit you through the world, but they can't pass through the world, so they destroy the environment trying to get to you or a machine. My dumbass didn't think I had a gun until someone in chat pointed out that it's just right-click in combat mode. Duh. So I went back and fought the good fight. Thankfully, the threat is gone, and 50% I still didn't realize an invasion happened every infusion, and totally missed the big skull at the top of the screen. I did notice when things started getting attacked. Hey, knock it off. There's still a skull on my screen, and I don't know if more drones are on their way, or if they're stuck trying to get to me, or something. Maybe it's bugged. Thankfully, the mana conduit recovered on her own, so now we just have to wait. Again. I decided to build some defenses. Okay, 1 defense, 1 turret, to be exact. But I still need to make bullets for it, and they can't be built by hand. God damn it, I'm not doing that right now. I don't know where to go from here, so I start clearing out the area, and I spoke to Mr. Crank again to see if he had anything new to say, and he just drops some lore. Why didn't he say this to begin with? He talks about a transmission that began and these angry drones showed up. Those must be the ones that we've been fighting. Someone named Saren was communicating with Apothos, which is the machine we woke up in front of, and was requesting stuff for me? Aw, you shouldn't have. Last thing he remembers, he was lugging over a huge mainframe, but it was heavy, so he took a quick power nap. He thinks the first steps to figure out what's going on is to activate the comms network. All of this did start from a transmission after all. There's 3 comms devices which can be located via Apothos' emitter. I don't really see a comms device option, so I wonder if this just means opening the map and exploring. And once they're all activated, we can then decrypt the message. Okay, fine, I give in. Let's make some bullets. Each turret can only hold 10 at a time, but I did find out later that each bullet has a charge, so it's not just 10 shots, thankfully. The mana core is now 100%. Woo! And then nothing? There's nothing. You mean to tell me I did all of this prep for nothing to happen at 100%? Except just kidding, there was a monster invasion text that pops up and these little dudes flying in from the left, and that skull staying up top really fucked me up because I just went straight back down to work on my stuff. And surprise, I'm getting attacked. My turret put in some good work keeping them at bay, but unfortunately there were too many of them and she didn't survive the encounter. May she rest in peace. The next goal that pops up is something about some ancient device. This is going to be here for a while. Off to look for more iron. I found some water. I'm not quite in the fluids chapter yet. After a bit of spelunking, there's finally some iron. There's so much cave still to see, so I continue and shit.
Did I die?
I guess the slugs were hitting me. I got a little too confident there. Unfortunately, you drop your inventory when you die, but your weapons are safe, so you can still fight when you get back to your death zone. But me and the slug had a mutual killing, and so there was no threat getting my stuff back. Of course, my inventory is totally filled, so what better time than now to find a chest? There's no harm looking in it though, right? Let's see, we have some monster eggs and seeds. Wow, I guess there's monster breeding and gardening in this game. Now that I'm getting in the zone with opening and building up the new area, I'm getting invaded from the right side? Come on, I didn't even do anything. There's only a few of them though, so no big deal, I guess. Now I just need to connect my areas together while still taking care of these threats. There's a golden saw blade here. I guess I'll figure that out later. And I have to grab the sprint upgrade to run 10% faster because my god, I am just running back and forth so much. I'm a bit lost on how to progress. I know what I should be doing, but it feels hard to translate that over. It could be that I've been playing the game for 5 hours straight at this point and my brain was cooked. I did end stream shortly after this though, so it's time to say goodbye to stream me and hello to not stream me. And of course, as soon as I turn the game on, I get another invasion. It's a bit of a big one this time, but nothing my little turret and I can't handle. And would you look at that? It's a miracle. The invasion bar is finally gone from the top. I'm sure these guys got stuck somewhere and the game reboot helped them out. How nice of me to do that. I'm making progress on a bunch of little tasks, and slowly but surely, shit, another invasion. These guys need to chill. I was finally able to put everything together so I can start pumping out some magical essence. Now to drop down the folderies, in goes the magical essence, and there's no progress? Ugh, you've gotta be kidding me. I have to add both essences into one foldery. And of course, I'm getting invaded again, and I didn't even notice because I was too busy putting these damn pipes down. Now that everything is finally ran, research can start up again. Oh. Well, that sucks. Time to step up my essence game. Okay, now that that's done, now what? I guess I'll tweak a couple of things, but TBH, my whole setup would have to be redone to make it run smoother. I guess there's a couple of things I can do. Maybe sand. I haven't touched that yet. Or maybe, oh my fucking god, leave me alone. You know what? I think sand sounds like a great idea. I still don't know what to do with it quite yet, but we're making some quartz now. I guess now I can figure out the matter refiner. Cool, now we're making these things. I low-key forgot about the emitter. Oops. I am really curious about what's up top. Where does it go? Is there a cloud cave with even more resources? I haven't shown how much I've had to run back and forth to grab pipes and materials and how often my inventory fills up, but good lord, is it more often than getting invaded. Maybe that's partially my fault. I'm notoriously bad at inventory management. I just feel like you find so much stuff and are required to hold so much stuff at the same time. It just makes it hard. bored. Okay, maybe the running around and getting invaded are pretty much the same because come on! And I didn't notice I was getting attacked again because I was too busy figuring out how to make metal. Let me learn in peace. Oh, cool, and it's coming from both sides. I haven't checked my power capacity, which seems like the perfect time to add a power chamber. Not because I need it, but because it's new. I still didn't check my power, but because it's so close to this new silver node, I'm using this for the power, for just in case, even though I have no idea how much I'm outputting right now. I somehow have enough metal from this matter refiner that I've been hand feeding to unlock another location. Obviously I'm going for the sky. I need to see what's up there. Oh, that's underwhelming. I guess the idea is to start building the factory on the surface, so that way you have a lot of verticality. And at this point, I'm coming to terms with just how messy my factory is. I guess this will be the perfect place to start rebuilding. I don't really have a plan, but I'm sure I'll figure it out along the way. The next tier of miners have a larger range and work off of power instead of fuel. Yay! I also unlocked a new overworld region, which is a volcano area. This area has these new little sand shrew enemies, and they attack with Sonic's signature spin attack. Nothing I can't handle. There's also a monster invasion this way, because of course there is. I ended up leaving this area because I don't see enemies, and because I had that issue before, I thought it was just another bug. So I just left it to go grab another upgrade. These upgrades are really good, and it was really hard to make a decision, but I ended up going with smelt so I can make items a little bit easier. You can craft an item as long as all base materials are in your inventory, so that means I don't have to carry iron ingots around. I just need to grab some iron ore and it'll do the work for me. I guess while I'm here I might as well unlock a new area from the emitter. I have no idea what the hell I want to prioritize here. I'm kind of stumbling through still, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Even though I thought this invasion might be a bug, I keep trying to look for it for just in case, but I still don't see it until something started getting attacked. God damn it, they were able to get through to my silver operation and started attacking my miners, and they're dead. They're gone. After killing the last one, it says there's more, so I guess I'll go investigate because what the heck? And I'm noticing now the reason I didn't see them before is because they came through the hills. Going back to assess the damages, this poor miner is totally done for. Alright, let's plan out this new base. I think I'm gonna build a bunch of towers and connect them to each other, and each tower will have its own material. I haven't followed the math at all in this game. I'm mostly building with vibes only, and I'm sure that'll work out just fine in endgame. I also decided that everything will funnel through chest because I like to have a backup if things get built up for just in case. And that was kind of a huge mistake because I don't know how to read, and the porters can only pull out so many items at one time. Alright, it's time to get this plan in action.
One eternity later.
I learned so much from this time. First off, the science tree has so many great upgrades on the bottom left that I should have been working on ages ago. One even helps with research time. Destroying pipes and other factory items is a pain in the ass because you can only delete one item at a time. Walking backwards on the grass can help. You walk a little slower on grass versus scaffolding, so the slowdown from the backwards walk plus the grass makes it work almost perfectly. Pressing Q over an item will not only put it in your hand, it will copy the details of a machine. So if you want to place a lot of assemblers, it will place them down with the same craft and same output direction. This time is also when I realized that porters only output 40 items per minute, so I had to make a few adjustments there. Oops. Now that the rebuild is done, now what? Maybe we can go on vacation somewhere warm and beachy, or maybe we can just start automating things that I haven't touched yet, like gadgets. Those sound fun. I've been having some big issues with my silver production. What the heck is going on here? It seems like there's plenty of miners, but it's not coming out fast enough. Even adding new ones isn't helping. Oh yeah, this game has a power system. I totally forgot. I set up power over here, but didn't even look at the production numbers. And this is the issue. It's only producing 28.8 when I'm using 126, which means it's only running at 22% efficiency. Oof. I do like that the production just slows down instead of turning off. That's not triggering or anything. I know the mana conduit also produces power, which I finished the second step, by the way, be proud of me. And this one has a little extra space on it, so we'll just connect the networks. However, I still want to add another power chamber to cover my ass for a little bit longer because I'm gonna forget about this in 2 seconds. That reminds me, I've also had issues with sand. What's up with, fuck, it's nearly all gone. There's a big sand deposit I haven't touched to the east, so I should be fine. Besides sand, there's also a wood shortage, so I should check that out while I'm here too. And yeah, 0 wood. I have some wood backup, so I should be okay for now, and to find some more wood, it'll probably require a lot of exploring. I have unlocked some new areas though, and I have yet to explore. So I think going down below sounds promising. That wall looks suspicious. After digging down a bit and killing a million enemies, yes, I counted, I broke in and found a thing. What is the thing? I don't know, but it's asking for mana fibers and repair tools. I can't just put items in it, so I set up a chest to push items in there for me, and then went off to continue exploring when I noticed that my goals have been updated. If I knew how to read, I would have realized sooner that the thing was the ancient device. Wow, that seems like something I should prioritize. Instead, I keep exploring, but found no wood. What the heck? There's this cool broken down mining location. Man, I really wonder how long I was asleep for. There's a lot of cool little locations that show that there used to be some form of life down here. I found a void chest. I wonder if it works like an ender chest. And I found another liquid, lava. That's a future me problem. I really want to see how this void chest works, so I drop it in and put the 500 biomass in it. That's why I need wood, by the way. For biomass. Where did they even go? I'm sure I'll find out later. There's no way it deletes items, right? Hindsight, I should have put one thing in, but I didn't expect it to eat my biomass. It's okay though, because I do have biomass backed up for now. Exploring more didn't grant me more wood, so I'm sure exploring even more and unlocking more locations will totally help me out. Great idea. Okay, didn't work that time. But maybe this time? No. Okay, enough. I need to make fiberglass, which needs resin, which needs farming. I am so behind on this because I unlocked it ages ago, but so many things unlock so fast, I just forget. I was not paying attention. After building the plant supports, I looked through all the options. The first seed that I chose said it needed fertilizer, but I don't recall having much poop. Gross. So maybe I need to make a monster farm? Nope. That's too far down the tree. After spending all this time trying to figure out what the hell to do and getting beyond frustrated, getting so fucking annoyed, I decided to take a deep breath and, oh god damn it, stop opening more locations. And now I take another look at this plant thing and finally read. Fertilizer says it's optional. I'm realizing that with farming, I have so many unlimited resources, including, but not limited to, wood, mana, biomass, rubber, resin, and a few other things I haven't needed quite yet. Just know that in this moment, there was so much cursing and so many tears, I absolutely had to walk away for a few moments. Before I can start the farm, I do need to start building out the tools that are needed. These are not optional because you can't cut down the crops without using them. At some point, I found that you can set splitters, filter things out, set priority, and even disable an output. I was more than happy to find this out now and not absolutely pissed that I just found this out now. Though I'm glad I did find it because a lot of plants drop more than one item, so I put my newfound skill to use and split the shrooms from the wood. Next up, the soul bloom seed. These produce way too many seeds, but they can thankfully be turned into biomass. Things are finally looking up for me. Next plant is the Ceto sprig, so I can finally get resin and rubber. Resin doesn't give back any sprigs, meaning I have to math this out. There was one problem that I didn't realize when setting up the entire thing. I'm not making shears. That's fine, let's see what's needed. Obsidian, cool. I just need, oh no, fluids. Well, it's already set up, and I'm no quitter. I'm just easily distracted. So let's go do something else first. I'm wondering if I finish this current mission, it'll give me another tutorial mission because I seem to be doing things way out of order. Repairing this device tells us it lost connection to the primary ship and can't connect because the ship's out of range, and that the comms device is missing from the network, and that this device is deactivating. Krankus is pretty happy with us and tells us to keep at it. That was so helpful, brother. Thanks. There's no more quest. I'm not sure if it's because it's early access or if the game is like, yep, you're good now. You know everything there is to know. So it's back to investigating to see what is needed for fluids. I do need rubber for making a pump. You can make rubber from resin and materials, and resin drops from plants, so I have enough to make the rubber that I need. There's some lava not too far west from my current operation, so I went with that guy. I'm sure you've noticed I ignore the invasions at this point. Honestly, I wish I did this sooner. My turrets are so very strong, and I've been going for a good few hours at this point without having to go to either side too much. I looked at zero info on this game before playing, and I didn't realize that it was an actual tower defense. And finally, the lava is ran. Well, that's what I would say if I had any indication of there being lava. There's nothing on the pipes, and the tank isn't filling up. I wonder if it's not on an output. Okay, yeah, after putting it on an actual output, the pump is pumping. For my next upgrade, I went with Terraform. This increases harvesting power by 50%. Not sure if that's for myself or for my automation, but regardless, I should have chose roll because there's another inventory increase after it. I'm still running around so much, way too much. It's honestly so frustrating. Now, water. I've been having issues with pipes connecting to each other at turns. In this instance, I was able to fix it. Once the pipes are done, we see the water filling up, is what I would say if something weren't wrong. Again, I checked every single pipe and every single bypass. I had to start putting storage tanks down around to see where the issue is. It was working fine on the first, second, and third check, so there's an issue with this up pipe. It's here, the single bypass. I don't know why, but they really don't work like tubes work. These things are a pain to use and so hard to see if there's a mistake. Once placing this infuser, I'm fucking confused. But the best way to learn is to just do it. These pipes aren't connecting. I can't even place it. And that's because you can only place lava on the left and water on the right. That's cool. I'll just turn it, and man, I can't connect this because of the corner. It defaults to connecting to another pipe, unlike tubes. So I can't place it around this corner because it tries to connect to the lava input. That's fine. This is perfect. Exactly how I envisioned it. And now we're making obsidian and shears. Now we have resin and rubber being made. I feel like I should have done this ages ago. Now we can finally be on our way to making the next essence, structural essence. It requires fiberglass, ceramic, concrete, and metal plating. Once the machines are down, now starts the long task of running all these pipes. Oh my gosh, that took like an hour, but it's done. And research will start again soon. And now that we did all of that work, maybe we should take a small break.